Facebook is the primary social networking site being used today, and it, like all other social networking sites and most other websites, maintains a large amount of information about us when we set up our profiles and our online accounts. Setting up this information is perfectly fine when we set up the account. We just need to remember to monitor what the privacy settings are for any given account to make sure too much of our information is not going out across the internet. It's one of the major ways that criminals that create false identities get information on us, and it's the way in today's environment online predators find information out about kids. So this is about how to set your Facebook privacy settings so that only the people that you know will be able to get to your information. When you're logged onto Facebook, and I obviously have my account kind of shrunk down here so that you can't see too much about people that I've friended, but that's all you really need to see right now before we get to things. So along the top header, you'll see where it says profile, and one of the things right up top that it says is edit profile. So I'm going to go to the edit profile, and once I get to the profile editing, there's information here that on all the cases allows a drop down on the side to say what information can be seen. There's a number of tabs on the side, and I'm going to go ahead and open this up all the way. And what we need to do, or what you need to do, is to go through each one of these tabs and view the information that's being shared and how it's being shared, and make sure that information that's being shared to everyone is information you want to be seen. In most cases, you really want to keep a close hold on your profile information so that only your friends see information about you. And in each case, it looks just like this. And if I wanted to show what my religious beliefs were on my profile page, I could put that in there. And then on the drop down, it says who can see that information. And in my case, I've already set everything in mine to friends, but the options are public, in which case you'll see that globe there, meaning that anyone, even if they're not logged on, can see that information on me. Whether only my friends can see that information on me, whether no one, if it says only me, can see that information on me, or I have the ability to do custom categories, which allows me to even go further and say either specific people, my friends, or I can even say friends of friends, which I don't recommend doing in any case, can see certain items about me. The idea with friends of friends is that if people are looking for you and they're already associated with someone you know, then they could find information out about you. The problem with that is that if you've got a friend who's indiscriminate and will friend anybody, because some people like to see how many friends they can get on Facebook, then those people that ask to be their friend and they say yes to, they can see you as well. So I highly recommend only doing friends. You can also add people to your list that you don't want to see. For instance, if I didn't want a friend of mine like Nick Bischoff to see my religious settings, I could click on that and save changes. And now in this case, I've just gone custom, and all my friends except for Nick Bischoff can see my religious preferences. You can do things like that as well, making it so only certain people can see certain things. On any of these, we have the same kind of, I didn't save any of that, by the way. You have to hit save changes at the bottom for it to count. I could go through here and say, what music do I like? Let's say, Coldplay is one of my favorite bands. And anyway, I won't go through and set a bunch, but I could set that. That might be public information that is, no one's going to find out anything about me personal, that they could set up any kind of fake accounts just because they know I like the music of Coldplay. But again, I can go through any of these settings and say, hey, I only want my friends to know that. What books do I like? I love Harry Potter. So I'm going to put that on there, and hey, I don't mind if that's public, or maybe I want that to be the same thing. So all these things I can go down through here in all of these tabs, and I highly recommend you doing that on every single one of those tabs, going through and setting who's allowed to see what information. And I realize that's a lot of work, but it's one time, and once you've got it set up, you know that that information is all secure. The other place you need to go is you need to go to the accounts drop down here and go to your privacy settings. And when I go to the privacy settings, I need to set up some default settings. My default privacy should be set to friends. Or again, custom, you could even say less than that. You could do custom and say, I don't mind if the default is friends of friends, if that's what you prefer. But I recommend just having friends. The new thing with the posts is every single time you post on Facebook, you can say who can see this post. Is this a post the world can see? Is this a post just my friends can see? The thing is, that's relatively new in the last 5 or 6 months. And so how do I control the old posts? Well, that's down here at the bottom on privacy, and it has limit to audience for past posts. I can click on that, say I want to limit these old posts to just my friends because it's going to do my default. And I click that and confirm it. And now my old posts are also limited to just the friends that I have on Facebook. Remember that anytime we post any information on any site, it's out there for eternity. I mean, you really can't go and take it back. Once it's left your control, you have no idea what's being done with that information. So you want to try to keep as much of your information private as you can to maintain your own internet and online security and safety. And that's how to set up your Facebook privacy settings.